Kayla Kelsey, and I'm a recent psychology graduate from the University of Minnesota, and I'm serving a term of service with AmeriCorps this year, working with College Possible as a high school coach, a senior coach at Humboldt High School. I think that I was always interested in psychology and maybe working with high school students or working with people in general. And so I started out as a psychology major when I entered the University of Minnesota, and I had a position working in the department at the university as a peer advisor. I just got connected to the classes and started really enjoying the classes that I was taking and kept going with that. Every day is a little bit different. So I come into school and I'm here during the school day to just be a support for the students that I work with. So they're in and out having me correct resumes and essays and print off letters of recommendation that I've written for them or copies of their teacher letter recommendations, helping them to package their college applications and get all of their materials ready that way. Sometimes they come in and ask for help, homework help on classes that they might be struggling with. And then in the evenings is when I actually hold session with the students. And so I have session from 3:15 to 5:15, and then again 5:15 to 7:30. Within the major of psych, I had missed out on cultural psychology, and I think that would have been a really, really helpful course, just because they recently added a service learning component, and I think that my service learning classes were some of the most helpful that I have taken. Outside of psychology, any of the youth studies courses are just really helpful because they work a lot with the hands-on piece of working with young people. But then within the major, introduction to psychology and social psychology, especially just anything related to service learning. So like the cultural psych course, which now has a service learning piece, and even the major project for psychology, which has a service learning piece, all did a really great job of preparing me in terms of getting me out in the community and starting to work with populations of people and getting experience that way. Being able to work with 25 different students every day is really cool. In that, I learn a lot about them, about their personal lives, about their academic lives, everything that's going on from what's happening at home to how their sports are going. I kind of get to go on this emotional roller coaster 25 different ways, it's kind of crazy sometimes, but it's also really, really fun. The biggest thing is networking and just starting to volunteer in different places. Start volunteering in different types of organizations. So do I want to be working in something like a Planned Parenthood or maybe in a school? Through that, was able to meet a lot of people and hear about a lot of other things going on and web my way through to find out exactly where I wanted to be. When you have 25 17-year-olds who kind of don't exactly know which way they're going, they're kind of running around with their heads spinning, I have to have systems in place that allow them to keep their materials organized. Also, just when working with teenagers, being able to roll with the punches is really important. The biggest challenge is definitely being drug on the roller coaster of emotions that young people are on. Because I care about them a lot. I see them all day, every day, and I really know a lot about what's going on in their lives. And just by the nature of my position, they have to trust me. I have all their information. I get to read all their essays. I know a lot about them. One of my students had a really rough year with the previous coach that was in my position. So when I came in, it was really a challenge to get him to start coming to session. Me calling his house at 7 a.m. to get him to go to the ACT, calling mom, talking to his teachers, talking to his football coach. A few days ago, he was in here filling out his college applications, just kind of sitting. It was one of his free periods, and he was filling out envelopes. Out of the blue, he said to me, I think College Possible is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. And for me, it's kind of one of those jaw-dropping moments. To hear it from him was really, really cool, and I'm excited to see where he ends up. And it's just cool to know that the work that I've done with him in the past 2 months might make a difference.